Jason Geiman here with King of Pressure Washing. I'm excited tonight. I hope you all are excited as I'm excited tonight. If you're excited, please give me some love in here. Give me some thumbs up. Give me some I'm excited, because I am excited tonight. I'm excited to help you all start, grow a pressure washing business and be successful, get you to the next level. And that is why I am very, very excited for tonight. So, what up, Mr. George? Big guy is in the house. What up? We have some other people. We got Greg V. We got No Pressure Washing. Looks like you got a little new icon there, which is cool. That is awesome. Truth Seeker, what's up? We have F-Bomb, what is up? So give me some thumbs up. What up, Fester? I have exciting news today. So I went this past weekend. Trisha Hoover is excited, which is awesome. And it is exciting because spring is trying to get here. Spring is right around the corner. And when it gets here, we will be ready to rock and roll. And so I'm going to show you some stuff that is going to be really good and useful for you. You are exactly right, Jason. This question right here, raise your prices. And you're going to see the importance of why we need to raise our prices. I'm going to go kind of in detail. I actually have data to show you why it isn't so important that we raise our prices. And you will see that it is so important that we raise our prices so that way we can do a lot better things and do a lot more. Life is good, and you got that right. It is good. I just came from a conference. It's not a conference. I'm actually in a mastermind now. And we just got back from Nashville, and I'm excited. It's a bunch of men. It's iron sharpens iron. It's all for men. There's no women in this one. They have one that's like this for women, but this is all for men. And it's all about growing your business and your family and your marriage. And so that is super duper important. It doesn't matter what business we do. It doesn't matter how much money we do in business, but if we lose our family and we lose our marriage, it does us no good. And so I'm excited. It's going to be a great season this year. And I'm going to show you why it is very, very important. Bayside just put on here, absolutely excited for this pressure washing season, getting close in the Northeast. Also excited about getting a new 12-volt system delivered and set up. Awesome. What's up, Billy? Life is good. 27 degrees here. Yeah, actually, I got a picture from somebody this morning or today. Actually, I'll show you this here real quick, and this is the importance of making sure that we are making sure that we put a heater in our truck and thaw stuff out, because this is this is not good. I don't know what the inside looks like, but that's what he had sent me earlier, and so that is definitely something that we need to make sure that we are doing what we need to do here. So that is definitely good. So one thing I'm going to hit on tonight is our average ticket. And I'm going to show you why it is so important that we work on getting our average ticket up. And so if you know your average ticket, I want you to put your average ticket in the comments down here below. And I'm going to show you that where this person was last year. I'm going to tell you what some of the steps he did to get there and where he is at. And these are some things that we're going to look at. And I'm going to show you the importance of why we need to be able to raise our prices. And I know sometimes this ain't the most easy and fun subject, but it is, because this is about making you more money. And it's a lot of this where we have to deal with this is right up here. People are so scared to death that we don't want to raise our prices because that, you know, our close rate's going to go down. Our everything is just going to fall away, and it's just going to suck up, and it's just going to go away. And I'm going to show you that is not true. And I'm going to show you how we can get these higher prices, because it is that important that we get you these higher prices. Jason, can I send you a pic of my rig now? Absolutely, big George. You can send it to pressurewashhelp@gmail.com, pressurewashhelp@gmail.com. If anybody else wants to send me a picture of the rig, I'll look at it. I might do some just pictures of rigs and stuff on here. But it is definitely something. Next week's job is my high-rise job. You know, doing a high-rise job is amazing. So let's get started here. Again, I love seeing this here. You're going to see some pretty cool stuff here, what I'm going to be showing you, and I'm going to show you the importance of why we have to make sure we're raising our prices. And if you have any, oh, that's awesome, dude. This first year, you know, this is awesome. Average ticket of $1,000. Man, when you start doing packages, man, it is amazing of what can happen to you. And when you start doing these bundle prices, you know, and this is a guy that is in my membership, that he comes every Monday night to Marketing Monday to make sure that he's learning and taking the advice. And when you do that, these are the things, and I'm going to show you how important it is when we can get these high dollar tickets, what we can do with that. What are the things that we can make that happen by getting those high dollar tickets? And I'm going to show you how important it is, because the person I'm going to show you next is this is their actual numbers. This isn't Jason putting fictitious numbers in there. This isn't Jason. These are his actual numbers. And this is why it's going to be important for this here. So we're going to go here, and this is ResponsiBid right here. So ResponsiBid is definitely something that I would be the number one thing I'm going to tell you, that this is a great way to get our average tickets up, and using ResponsiBid the right way. So if we look here, we have March of 2022, and his average ticket is $1,600. That is a high five. That is a, let me see, what would that be? That would be right here. Where did I lose it at? That is a high five of $1,600. DJ is going to do a $2,100 March. And this is why it is important. But you might say, Jason, look at his close rate. His close rate is only 20%. That sucks. But let's look at this here. So let's go down here. And last year, his average ticket in March was $762. And then it went down for a while. And then it came up a little bit. He had a really big job. This one here, this was like a $5,000 or $6,000 job in here. So that kind of throws that number off. And then these are Christmas lights here. So we're going to hit this number here. That is the highest close rate, is at 43%. So at 43% here, 43%, his average ticket was only $562. $562. He had to do 23 jobs. He did 23 jobs to get that, and he only did $12,000. Look at this. He's only got to do $13,000 or 13 jobs to be able to do $21,000. If that don't get you excited, I don't know what would. We can do less work for more money. And that's what I want to hit on. How do we do less work for more money? And you might say, Jason, that's just, crazy. I'm going to show you another one here. This one here, look, a roof cleaning deluxe, $4,483. That's what I'm talking about. You guys can close these jobs too. And this is what the exciting part of this is when we can get our average ticket up, and yes, our close rate's going to go down, but if we can get our average ticket up, man, it makes life so much easier. And I'm going to show you. So what do we got to do to be able to do this? Well, one thing is we have to play the numbers. We have to be able to get more leads in. So, to get 66 bids and only get 13, that can be depressing, right? Who do, in the book here or in the comments, tell me if you got how many is that? 53 no's. Is that depressing? Tell me, is 53 no's depressing? Is that depressing? Let me know in the comments. Is having someone being told no 53 times no is depressing? But look at this, a close rate of only 20% with a total book of $21,000 with an average ticket of $1,600. Now you're going to say, now Jason, how do we get that? And I'll get to that. But I want to get to this point of how we get to that. This isn't no big commercial jobs in here. This is all residential jobs. 100% residential jobs, no commercial. So all residential. Now some down here is commercial, but you can see how low these little prices are here. And I'm going to tell you the things that you are going to be able to, how he was able to get this here. And also how Jeremy was, and this is, and I want to hit on something here. Both of these guys, we're not talking about real smart guys. I'm not saying nothing bad about them. I'm just saying, DJ barely passed through high school. Jeremy was a garbage man a year and a half ago. Literally driving a garbage truck, throwing garbage in the back of a truck. And now he did $400,000 last year in pressure washing and Christmas lights. And this was a job he just sent me a couple days ago. He sent me this on, he sent this to me on, this was on Monday. So it's just this week, Monday. And so this isn't somebody that, are super duper smart. But I'm going to tell you something that both of them have done. And reason why it's so important of why I push education, and you might not like this, and I might step on some toes, and I'm fine with that. But both of those guys went to ResponsiCon. It cost them $3,000. Time the hotel, the drive in there, $3,000. Both of them go to BBB. That's DJ went this past week or past month, and I as a tag along with me. But Jeremy's been going for a while. It's $200 a month plus $200 or $300. Jeremy is in my membership. He comes to my membership almost every Monday night, or until he started getting busy, he was there every Monday night, having pen and paper, writing down what I'm telling them to do. And that's the important thing that we have to do, guys. We can go out there and don't get me wrong. You can do this stuff for free. You can find I give you all the information for free. DJ has been listening to me for 2 years, and DJ has listened to me for 2 years of talking. But you know what happened when he went to ResponsiCon and spent $3,000? It's like you turn your earplugs on and turn them up to extremely loud because you're willing to listen. If you're not willing to open your wallet, you're usually not willing to learn at the end of the day. And I'm going to take you back to a story I'm going to show you one other thing. Another thing we have to do, again, we have to spend money to make money. DJ has spent about $1,000 in AdWords this past month. This is my AdWord campaign that he runs, that he spent $1,000. And plus he put out 300. Actually, I think he put out about 50, he put out about 100 signs. I don't even think it was 100 signs. It was about 50 signs. He put out 50 signs plus $1,000. So he probably put out about, $1,200 in marketing. And so this is definitely something that we have to look at when we're doing this, because if you're not willing to spend money on ads and doing all of those things, it's probably not going to work well for you. It's just one of those things that, and if we look at this as an investment, that's what we got to look at this as. If we look at this as a cost, it's going to be hard to grow your business. It's going to be really, really hard to grow your business. We have to look at this as a investing in our business, because if you're not willing to invest in your business, well, probably nobody else is willing to invest in your business either. And so I'm going to tell a story of how Jason started to invest in his business. And I did it a long time ago. But when I first started doing AdWords, I was spending a lot of money on AdWords. I was getting jobs, I was closing jobs, but it wasn't where I wanted to be at. And so there was an AdWords conference that came up. It was a paid conference for paid pay-per-view, or pay-per-view. That was way back when. Paid ads. And so I went. It cost me $3,000, $3,000. $3,000 was a lot of money way back then. And it wasn't, out of my business. I had to fly there. I drove up to Chicago, got a hotel in downtown Chicago, and I went to this paid ads conference. It cost me $3,000. But I want to tell you what it did. It taught me how to use the AdWords. And so when I came back, I started doing the things that I had learned in there. And guess what? That year for Christmas lights alone, this wasn't even going back into the pressure washing, because I didn't pay somebody to do that. And I was just doing it on my own. I looked it up on YouTube. I figured it out, half-assed, figured it out. And then the next thing I know, I start doing the things that they teach me to do. And what I had figured out just in Christmas lights alone, in the Christmas light season, I had saved over $1,500. I would have saved over $1,500 by me going to this class a couple months earlier, because I didn't know my negative keywords. And here in Cincinnati, we got this thing called, it's a drive-through, Nights of Light. And I had over $1,500 for Nights of Lights, for me paying ads for people wanting to know how to go to the Nights of Lights thing. And yes, I paid $1,500 for people clicking on Nights of Lights, because I didn't know how to do my negative keywords, and I didn't know how to run my AdWords correctly. And by not doing that, I had lost $1,500. Now, that's not counting the 6-8 months I was running in pressure washing, and I was getting pressure washing hose and Amazon and all of these other bad clicks. And so this is why it is important sometimes. Now, did I had probably learned it on YouTube for free? Absolutely. Did I listen to it on YouTube for free? I didn't. And I'm not trying to say that you have to spend money to make money. I'm just telling you, when you spend money, it will open your wallet. It will open your wallet, but it will also open your ears and open your brain. And that is something that you can do to make sure that you're not spending money in the wrong places. And so, make sure that you are doing the right things, because I want you all to get your average ticket up here to $1,600. That was one other thing I wanted to show. I wanted to show on this diagram here of how this works. And then I will tell you how we can get to this $1,600. So obviously we're at $1,600, $21,000 for March. But if we look down here, if we did the same amount here at 43%, we close in twice as many jobs. We're going to close twice as many jobs with our average ticket at only $562. We're only going to get to $12,000. But if we're closing only 13 jobs at 20%, at an average ticket of $1,600, we're going to be at $21,000. Who in here thinks that $21,000? How many in this here? I see some people in here that are very successful, but how many in here would like to have a $21,000 month? Give me a thumbs up and give me a heck yeah, I'd like a $21,000 month. Let me hear it in there. Let me know. So, how do we get there? Well, so this is how we get there. So if you're wanting to know, let me go back here. I'll just show you. If you're wanting to know, you can go to King of Pressure Washing, and right up here, you can go to resources, And under resources, I have here, you can go to a couple different things. If you're looking for my Google ad setup, it's right here. If you're looking for Responsibid, which I would highly, highly recommend Responsibid is a great way to be able to get higher tickets. Where did I not put Responsibid in here? Right here is Responsibid. And Responsibid is definitely something that I would highly recommend. And I know it's not cheap. I believe it is see special pricing. If you use my promo code there, it will give you special pricing, but the lowest one is $199 a month, or $179. This is the one that you probably want, is right here. This one will also help with your scheduling stuff too. So these are some things that you will definitely want to look at doing for there. But I have a ton of resources on here at my pressurewash.com/resource page. You go check it out. On another thing, I'm all about reading books, and I've been pushing that a lot on you in podcast. Obviously, you want to go check out the King of Pressure Washing podcast. That's my podcast. These are some great podcasts and some great books. If you go to the books, it takes you to the Amazon store, and there's a lot of great books in there that I would highly recommend. But so let's get started of how do we get to that $1,600 ticket? Again, this is all residential. This is not commercial work. I'm not talking about commercial work to get us there, because I seen Benjamin on here. When we start talking commercial work, now we're talking $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 months, $100,000 months. And so this is all commercial work, or all residential work, with one man on the truck. This is one guy on the truck. With this, DJ owns it and he's on the truck. And so this is how you get that. How we get that is when we are giving our customer quotes, and we only give them a quote for $500, and that's the most that we give them. That's all they can give us. But if they call for a house wash and we give them a $2,000 bid, a $1,500 bid, and an $800 bid, that will make us be able to get more money, because that's going to allow them to pick higher price jobs. And so how do we do that? Well, when somebody asks for a house wash, we're not just going to send them a bid for a house wash. That's stupid. Who in here thinks that that's stupid? Write stupid in here if you think that if we only going to, and I might hurt some feelings tonight, and I'm sorry. But I hope you learn from it. I hope if you're only sending a $500 house wash or a $200 house wash when somebody calls for a $200 house wash, I'm sorry I'm stepping on your toes. And if you want me to, you can put stepping on my toes right now. And I'll try not to step on your toes too hard. But just kind of let me step on them a little bit, because I hope by me stepping on your toes will help you grow your business, because that is my only thing I want for you. I want you to be able to grow your business, to be successful, to change your family, to be able to give you more family time, to be able to give you more time with your marriage, so that way you can grow it and not be dying of working 60, 80, 100 hours and your marriage is falling apart because you're gone all the time. And that's not what I want. I want you to be able to do 13 jobs, make $21,000, and do half the work, half the stuff, and make more money. So that way, when you go, you will have more time with your wife. You can have more time with your kids. You can do weekend getaways with your wife. You can do date nights with your wife or your spouse or your significant other or whatever you have. So that way you can be growing and doing that. I did that. I was stupid. I should have be called out. Stepping on my toes, making my wallet thicker. And so let's talk about what do we need to do. We need to make sure that if we are getting a house wash, just a price for house wash, we are not just sending them a price for house washing. We are sending them a price for everything of that job. We want to make sure that every piece of that job is getting a ticket for that. We want to make sure that we are pricing out the windows. We want to be doing all the concrete. We want to be doing the roof clean, the patio clean. We want to be doing wax. We want to be doing everything. We're going to upsell every gutter clean out. We're going to upsell everything we can to make sure that that customer is taken care of. We want them to have all the information. And yes, we might not close that job right away. And you know what? You might not close that job at all. But when you do close that job, you're going to be getting them $1,500, $2,000, $3,000, $4,400 jobs like Jeremy Main did. And that is what's going to happen when we are doing packages. Because when we do packages, this is a thing that's going to grow your business. You know, he spent $1,000, $1,500 in marketing. And how can he spend $1,500 in marketing if he's not closing jobs? Well, it's because we're closing the high-paying jobs, and we don't need to close every job. We need to close the right jobs so that way we can be successful. Now, is there a point that you might be too high? Yes, there could be a point. Now, the next thing I want to hit on is, but Jason, you just don't understand. You can't get that in my area. How many in here will tell me I can't get that in your area? Put that down in here. You can't get that in my area, Jason. Well, I just showed you in 1 year, he went from an average ticket of $500 to over $1,600. So are you telling me last year he couldn't get it and this year he could? Or are you telling me that he didn't ask for it last year and this year he's asking for it? And by asking for it, he's getting it. And that's what I want to get to your head. That's what I want to get through your head is if we don't ask for it, you won't get it. There's no way we can get that. There's no way we can get a $4,000 job if we don't ask for it. There's no way we can get a $10,000 job if we don't ask for it. But Jason, you can't get that in my area because I'm in Florida and you just can't get that down here. Well, I even tried to go through my Voxer chat when Jason from Florida did a $3,000 day. Because guess what? You can get it when you ask for it. If we don't ask for it, you're not going to get it. That is one guarantee. If you don't ask for it, you won't get it. But if you ask for it, you will get it. And, you know, this is the thing that is probably the hardest thing. And you know, like I said in the beginning of this, I went to my mastermind this past weekend, and when I went there, you know, I love haters. Give me some more likes to help this hater out here. He might have hit the wrong button, but is learning mindset. Mindset is the hardest thing to overcome. Everything in this right here is the hardest thing to overcome because we look at things and say, well, I can't. And most of the time, we think a lot of things about negative things, and we're not thinking positive, and we're not thinking about what we can do to help us be more positive and how we can charge more. You know, when we give 3 packages, there's a reason why I tell you to give 3 packages, because psychology tells us that if we give 3 packages, it does a couple things. Some people want 3 bids. Okay, here's your 3 bids. Bid 1, bid 2, bid 3. The basic, the premium, and the deluxe. You know, so there's your 3 bids. Some things that it is that, you know, 200 sounds expensive by itself. But if I show a $2,000 bid, well, 200 sounds nothing. Who thinks in here? Let me know that if you think that $200 versus $2,000, what does that sound like a lot? Or even 500. Let's go 500 to a $2,000 bid. So my number 1 package is $2,000. My base package is $500. Does the $500 sound like a lot if I'm doing that? It doesn't. It doesn't, because 500 versus 2,000 is a lot of money. Now, how many in here thinks $2,000 is money? How many in here would be like, Jason, there's no way in hell I would pay $2,000? Well, guess what? You're not your customer. You're not your customer. So when you're not your customer, you're right. You would not pay $2,000, but your customers will. And if you find the right customers, they will definitely pay $2,000. Like I showed you, I want to show it again because it's just amazing. It's just amazing. I got to cover up the name. I don't want to show the name. Look, I want to show you guys. Look, deluxe. So you know what that means? This was a $4,000. This was a $4,400 package, and it's not even the premium package. How much do you think the premium package was? This is just the deluxe package. It's just the middle of the road package. This isn't even this isn't even the premium package. This isn't even the cherry on the top, and added probably another $1,000 or two. This is just here's half of it of a $4,500 bid. This is what you can do when we do this. Now, how do we get leads? Obviously, I showed you AdWords is one way. I'm going to show you another way. And I know Robert Scott's in here, and I seen him in here, and he sent me this the other day, and I'm going to read it here because just because I wanted to show you what happens when we take action. Because, you know, a lot of people will be like, Jason, my phone won't ring. Well, Bobby, what are you doing to get your phone to ring there, Bobby? Well, I'm just sitting on my couch waiting for my phone to ring. Well, I'm going to tell you something. If you're just sitting on your couch waiting for your phone to ring, it's not going to ring. I promise you, it's not going to ring. If you're just sitting on your couch doing nothing, it's not going to ring. It won't. I'm sorry. So I don't know if I can scroll in here a little bit better here, or let's see here so you can see it a little bit better. Saturday morning, it was cold here, snowy in Cincinnati. It snowed about a half inch. I don't know. I was in Nashville. It didn't snow down there. So I sat on my couch and updated our Facebook page with pics and went through my phone and sent a bunch of people individual texts and with messages about our new company. Basically, networking, basically using your old customers. And that's important thing to do. If you have a couple thousand old customers, you are stupid if you're not doing this. So from the little bit I got requests, I got one house wash, concrete clean, house wash and roof clean, house wash, deck pressure wash and paint. He's a painter already, so he can do that, no problem. My best friend is very good at so he's going to have his best friend send up his Google My Business and LinkedIn. So far, signs, Facebook, Google My Business, LinkedIn, plus some connections in the painting industry for house washing should keep us moving forward as long as we don't stop marketing. Imagine that. We have to can't stop marketing. And then he kind of goes on about the guy that's going to help him out also, and his son. So it is important that we don't stop marketing. So DJ, he did listen to me in this. He's been posting pictures in his Google My Business. He's posting every day or 3-4 times a week in his Google My Business. He's doing LinkedIn every day. He's doing Facebook every day. He's doing putting out signs. He's spending $1,000 in AdWords, and by him doing all of this has helped him be able to get 66 leads, close 20% of jobs with 13, and do over $21,000 in 1 month in March. And this is a guy that barely got through high school. He wasn't just, that's what you got to do, guys. You got to do the hard things. It's not going to just come by us sitting on our thumbs and saying, well, wait a minute. I want to go back here to one other thing over here. We did all of this without one single piece of equipment. Can we read this here? I want somebody to type this in here. I'm going to put this in here. And all of this without one single piece of equipment. look at this. I want you all to look at this. He did all of this without one single piece of equipment bought yet. Yes, you can go out there and close jobs before you ever even get your equipment. Because let me tell you something, equipment isn't going to get these jobs. If he went and bought $10,000, $20,000 worth of equipment and didn't do all the other things, do you think this right here would be coming in? No, it would not be. It would not be coming in. This is why it is very important that, this is why I preach, this is why I preach. He could go rent a pressure washer for a couple days, get you a downstream injector, get you a couple extra pieces of hose, and go do every one of these jobs except the roof wash. He could go do every one of these jobs with a rented pressure washer for probably less than $200-$300 worth of a rental pressure washer. And yes, is that ideal? No, that is not ideal. But it can be done, because here's the other thing I want to hit on here. This is another important thing about this. We're talking about in Cincinnati of where Just Clean It, pressure washing and USA Contracting. That's who sent me this right here, this letter here. There's a lot of competition in Cincinnati. We got, I don't know if Benjamin's still on here, but I got Benjamin. He did 750 last year. We got Patriot. He did, I think he did almost 500,000 or 600,000. We got my old company that did over $1 million. We got Austin Thies that did over $1 million. That my company bought my old company bought Austin Thies out. I got Robin Walsh doing $500,000 over on the east side. And there's 100 other pressure washers in this area. So you can't tell me that it's not. It's very. There's a lot of competition here, but there's a lot of money out there. And if you will just answer your phone, do the things that you need to do, and grow your business, because that's what's going to help you get you time freedom, so you can spend time on your marriage, you can spend time with your kids, you can spend time with your family. That's how you get to do that. That is why we want to do that. All right. What's your questions? If y'all have questions, let's get to, I never graduated, but you're going to do amazing things. You don't have to graduate. Some people think you got to have all this special education, and they think that you have to do all this stuff, but you don't. You can do it without it. And here's the thing. If you have an amazing wife, like No Pressure right here, that does amazing with Facebook posts and can help you out, then let her do it. Teach her a little bit and let her fly with it. Teach her how to, show her how to, whether that's good or not. I teach every Monday night. Every Monday night, I do Monday marketing, and they're in there every Monday night. Him and his wife are in there every Monday night. She's taking notes, and he's just listening. Sorry, Charles. But, they're in there every Monday night, and they're learning. And that's the important part. They're taking notes, and they're taking action. Because we can take all the notes we want. We can listen to all the stuff we want. But if we're not taking action, you're going to fail. And you might as well not even start. It's not easy. It's hard work, but it can be done. Look, Jeremy Main just came in here. I don't know how long he's been in here, but Jeremy Main just came in here, and I've been talking about him. He got, I got a lot. I'm way down here, out of there. Thanks for the super chat, Logan. Why is that doing that? Thanks for the super chat, Logan. What did he put on there? Man, you guys have been, I've been asking questions and you all been answering them, which is awesome. I love it, guys. Super chat. Hey, Jason, going to be talking to council tomorrow for Washington City Courthouse. Any thoughts of pricing this out? One of my local guys think I should be at 40 and the other is at 18. I would do some demos. It depends on how big it is. I would shoot for, this is one of those things that I try to shoot for a daily rate. I would be at 3,000, and if you got to get a lift, obviously that's going to be on top of it, but I would be at $3,000 a day. I would probably add another 500. I would probably be more close to $3,500 a day for bleach and supplies and materials. On top of that, I would have my lift rental on top of it. And that's where I would be at. And if you think you can get it done in a week, then you're at 5 times there. You're at 15,000. If you think it's going to take you longer than that, then add more to it. Obviously, as the city council, they're probably going to take the cheapest bid. So I would do the building, obviously, but I wouldn't include the windows. I would probably do the windows separately. So that way, hey, if you just want the building washed, it's this price. If you want me to do the windows with exterior water fed pole, then we're at this price. Again, we're going to do it in packages. If you want me to do the concrete's a little bit easier to know how much square footage is around there to do, and so we're going to give that as a price. We're going to give them 3 different prices even there, so that way we can say, hey, if you want to do everything, it's this price. If you just want me to do the building, it's this price. If you want me to do the building and windows, it's this price. If you want me to do the concrete, it's this price. So that is definitely something I would do to make sure that you are giving those options, because it's all about options. Thank you for all the Northerners for sending the rich people to Florida. Why is this being stupid for, Jason? Jeremy Main, I see it. What he put? Oh, Jeremy Main, thanks for the super chat. I don't know why it keeps going back up. Maybe I jammed my thing here. Thoughts on Google local service ads. I'm assuming you're talking about, I don't know what you're talking about. Google Guarantee, I would definitely think about Google Guarantee. Google Guarantee is definitely, I know a lot of people that are getting a lot of jobs off of Google Guarantee. If that's the one that's just tied to your Google My Business and that's actually AdWords, I wouldn't recommend those so much. Those aren't that great. You're not going to get that good of return. You can get some return off of them, but you're not going to get like amazing, outstanding results off of it. We don't send them there, and they still own their house in the north. They just buy another home in the warm weather. A bunch of them have been moving there because the northern, some of the states are stupid. Crap, why is this being stupid for? That was a good question too. Let's see here. Jason, how do I follow up with customers who don't give me the go on the job after I quote? They keep making excuses not to wash. I don't know why this is being so stupid for. That's a great question. It's all about following. It's all about we're following up. So whether you're going to do it through your CRM or you're going to do it through your whether you're going to do it through your CRM or whether you're going to do it through your Responsibid. Responsibid, when there's an email series that goes out that has a ton of emails that rather, if they open the quote and don't tell me go pound salt, it keeps pounding on them. It sends me I can send them messages. I'm not gonna let off. I'm gonna be vicious. And if they tell me no, I got another email series that they get to go down. And some of those email series is, hey, thank you so much for allowing us to quote this job. I appreciate it. I hope if you have any issues, let me know. And then 2 weeks later, I'm going to send another email saying, hey, I just seen if you got that job done and if everything's okay. If not, let me know. I can come help you out. I got time on my schedule. Um, you know, that kind of thing. A month later, hey, 3 months later, hey, do you have any other pressure washing needs? Do you need any concrete clean? Do you need any roof cleaning? Do you need any driveway cleaning? We're going to send lots of emails out. We're not just going to send one email out and be like, well, I sent my one email out and they didn't respond. I followed up like Jason said. Jason said to follow up. So I followed up one time and they didn't respond. We don't follow up one time. We follow up and 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 we follow up. And 2 years later, we're following up. And 3 years later, we're following up because they may need us again. And they know that if we're relentless, they will allow them to do it. Thanks for the super. It's a 6-story building. I think I can get it done in 4 to 6 days, 10-hour days. I think it's a maximum $25,000 job. Don't think the city has a big budget. And that's some of it. See if you can find out what the budget is. A lot of times you can find out that if you go back into council meetings and see if anybody's talking about it before that. And do it. So, you know, if you're at 6-story building, and if you think you can get it in 4 to 6 days, I would probably bid it at the 6-day mark, just so that way it covers your butt, and go for it. And that way, you know, and the beautiful thing about that is, Logan, you get that job and even if you don't, you know, at $3,000 a day, you're going to make profit. You're going to make good profit. And so if you do that job and you get a lot of good pictures of it, and then that gives you to get more big jobs, and that's how you get big jobs. You know, if it has rust on it, then obviously you're going to have to talk about rust removal. That's not going to be part of the normal cleaning. That would be another add-on for there. So that would be another thing to think about when we're trying to do that. Why is this thing? I have to reboot this thing because it's being stupid. Regardless, you send out Christmas cards, whether you service the home 3 years ago, they will call you again as long as you delivered the first time around. And that's another thing. You can send out thank you cards. You want to make somebody be like, holy crap, that people they care about me. They sent me a thank you. You send a handwritten thank you card to them, that will blow their mind. Because I guarantee you the cheap company that they picked over you, or you might be the cheap one, and they didn't think you could handle the job because you didn't sell the job good enough. Just because somebody said no to you doesn't mean that you was the most expensive or you was the cheapest. A lot of times you might be in the middle of the road and the guy above you actually got the job because he went the extra mile and he did the things that he needed to do to, to sell it. If you didn't answer your phone and he is answering his phone or any of that stuff, that all goes a long ways of making sure that we are getting that to be able to raise our prices. Why is this being so stupid? Had to do a full background check set at 54 a week minimum budget and show proof of insurance. Yeah, so that's what you have to do to get on Google Guarantee. And I would probably set the budget way higher than that. That way people will be able to do it and do that. I'm going to try something here. I'm going to try a different one. I do have an in-person training coming up. If you want to go check that out, in-person training dates. It will be coming up in April. I will also have a Christmas light coming up in Christmas light class coming up in May in Denver, Colorado. Denver, Colorado. I haven't put the dates on the computer yet. I will be putting the dates on there tomorrow or this week. I might not make it tomorrow, but it will be this week. And it will be with me and Fred Zimmerman in Denver, Colorado. May 14th and 15th, I believe it is. I'm not 100% on that, but I think that's when it is. Come on, you stupid thing. Wonder if I can reset that. Let's see. It's crazy right now. Anyone here in New England getting SH for a good price? Probably not. Everywhere has went up on that. Everywhere has went up on that. Recommended tips and pressure for GP 20-inch surface cleaner on an 8-gallon a minute. K7, I run 40-20 on my 4-gallon. 4K was good. Yeah, I think they're 20-25. I'm not 100%. I would call, like I always called Russ, and Russ just gave me what I needed. I don't know what they are. All inflation prices go up to the customer. Yep. Let's see. What other questions we have here? How do I price for gutters and soffits? So that's a good way that you can do a package if you don't have a lot of packages. And it's a good way to get it up $50, $75. Now, if you're talking about the actual gutters, that's another whole service. Gutter brightening, that's, getting the tiger stripes off. That would be $200 to $300. It will take you longer to do the gutter brightening than it will to clean the whole house, and you will get your arms worked out, and it's stupid. So that is definitely something that you want to do. If you haven't hit the like button, hit the like button. I already got 2 negative likes because, we always got to have a hater. I always done batch mixing. Does switching to a third tank set? No, you do not need to switch to a third tank, actually. If you want to, Wild Wilderness, you can actually just keep your 2 tanks, fill this one full of bleach, fill this one full of water, and get you a mixing valve with only the 2 GF valves. And that way you can mix it how you want. You can still put your soap and your surfactant in there, and that way you don't need that third valve and a surfactant tank. The only reason why you need that third valve and a surfactant tank is if you want color. If you're not worried about color and you don't use color, you don't have to worry about it. Because all it takes is that's another place that a leak can get into that line, and all it takes is one little leak, and now you're having issues with it sucking air, and that's not good. Not good at all. No pressure. Where you located at? He's up in somewhere. You gotta have a rep from responsibility for a live. I could probably do that. I can probably get Kurt on here. I like Kurt. Kurt Kempton's awesome. I can do that. I'll have to reach out for him and do that. If y'all want to do pressure wash, if you want to do 30 days, because I do Marketing Mondays, which I talked about, you can go to pressurewashhelp.com/free, and in there you will learn about the. I got a lot of stuff in there. I got enough in there for everything. I'm going to actually start reworking it, so it's going to even be better and get better. And I'm working on a couple other projects right now too. I'm not even going to say what one of the projects is out loud here because I will get blown up, and I'm not ready to get blown up on it yet. But every Monday night we do Marketing Monday, a Zoom call where we learn about marketing, and then we do accountability too. So making sure that you're doing the things that you need to do. And then that's usually about an hour and a half long call because it's a lot of talking too. So I usually talk about 15 minutes, and then I let you all do all the talking and answering questions and stuff like that. And it's really cool. So go check out pressurewashhelp.com/free if you haven't joined yet. There's all kind of bonuses in there. I have over 100 pictures. I'm getting ready to go do a bunch of filming. So there'll be a bunch of some more. I'm going to put some more pictures in there that way they'll be fresh pictures. So that way it's not going to be just old pictures, but there'll be some new pictures in there also. And so that's what I want to do too. And then another thing that I'm going to do, I'm in a mastermind. I'm going to do a mastermind. And it's going to help. It's going to be somebody that if you're in the $100,000 range plus and you want to get to $1 million, that's what this is going to be for. This is going to be talking about how we set up our systems, what systems we need, and I'm going to actually give you the systems that you're going to need. I don't think I'm going to put it all in the membership. It'll probably be in the membership on its own place, because it's going to be something that I'm going to probably do a Zoom call every week. Plus, you're going to get access to me, and that should be coming out. I'm going to try to set up a landing page for it this week. And again, that's for the person that is at or above 100,000 and wants to get to 500 or a million or way more than what they're at right now. Jason, Gulf Coast, what CRM are you using? He's using Marquette. Again, if you go to King of Pressure Wash and go to my top page of there to the resource pages, you will find Marquette. There's a couple other CRMs in there also. I need 2 more likes to be at 50. Who wants to give me the 50 likes on here? Pink, only you can use the pink color for the dual injector. We will be great. Thoughts on getting pink color by using a dual downstream injector? Yes, you can. There is a little metering valve you need to get with it also. I think it costs like 20 bucks. So you're not putting too much color in, otherwise you'll burn through the color really fast. But that would actually be cool for you, Pink Robin. Get some pink, and hey, Pink Robin with pink, and that would be pretty cool to be able to use that way. Marquette, we love it. He has a link. Yeah. So like I say, if you go to kingofpressurewash.com, and then go to resources, or you can go to king.com/resources. It's probably easier just go to kingofpressurewash.com and then hit the resource at the top button. It's also at Pressure Wash Help. I believe it's on there too. So you can go to Pressure Wash Help and it'll take you to that same page on there. So it's definitely worth it. Any other questions before we jump off here? I'm excited for this year. I think there's going to be, at first I was a little worried about inflation and everything, but with gas prices kind of slowing down, people are still spending money. So that's a good thing. People are still spending money, and there's still people, dirty houses, and when we're looking at those prices that I was showing, that $1,600 average ticket, we're not really worried. Those customers aren't going to be worried about the prices of gas going up. The $200 house washes that you're trying to get now, those are the ones that are going to be worried about the gas prices going up. And reason why we need to raise our prices is because you all are just saying how much everything is going up, and bleach and that. And so if you just want a job, go get a job. You can go get a job, make 20, 30 bucks an hour anywhere. But if you want a business and you want to be able to grow it, and you want to be able to get out of the business and not work on the truck and not do all of that kind of stuff, that's what my next level is going to be. That's what my mastermind is going to be. I'm probably only going to take 5 people in it when I do open it up. Because I want to be able to, before I can scale, and I want to make sure that I get where these people are wanting to go at. So that's definitely something that I want to make sure. Any questions? 1% for soft washing gutters. Yeah, 1% soft washing gutters is usually pretty good. You may have to hit them twice, just because when that heat's coming out of that eave, it'll dry off there pretty quickly, and it don't always go. But if it does have black streaks on them after it's done, from the tiger stripes, then obviously that's going to need to be F13, which is gutter brightener, or something, or LA Awesome, stuff like that. How much you charge? How much water do you keep in your reserve for the pump? I try not to carry much around. If you have, it depends. I'm going to be honest. If you have a huge tank and you can carry it, and you have bad water, then you're going to carry all 275 gallons. If you have good water flow, I never carried any water. I tried to run it out almost every time. That is why I did that. We want to be in the mastermind. We want to be looking at 400,000 next year, looking at 250,000 this year. How does it give you customers? I thought the trial was great, but how does it land leads? I don't know. Are you talking about Responsibid? It doesn't give you leads. Responsibid doesn't give you leads. You're going to have to get leads into responsibility or whatever. I'm not 100% what you're trying to say there. How do you go about quoting rust removal with F9? They can get pretty with that. You got to remember, especially if it's on concrete, you're going to have to do the whole concrete, and you need to put a sealer on it. And I was charging about $2 a square. I was charging about $1 to $2 a square foot way back when, and that was before F9 went up. I would probably be at $2 a square foot to clean and seal rust removal if it's on concrete. Yes, I want that for visual marketing. Yeah. Need to get my logo on my website. You never sent it to me. Send me it, and I'll get it there this week. I promise you. Or you can hold me down and beat me up. Um, Send it to me. I never got it. Chrome. So send it to me. Bundles for 2022. Jason, where do I get the metering valve? That when you order your dual injector, they'll usually have them. I know the last one I got from was, I think Russ had it. I don't have I don't have a link for it on there because I don't know if it's on Amazon or not. But the last one I got was either from Russ or Lisa, or you could probably get either any of those stores down there in Florida. You could probably get it at Manatee. I would about bet. I'm having a problem with Google review posting. They show me the screenshot, but it's not on my profile. That's being an issue with everybody, True Seeker. Um, I I think there's a bunch of scammers, and Google is trying to hit it. I had probably 10 different scammers on my YouTube videos posting about the best dot garden bullcrap. And it wasn't all on one person, it was like 10 different people. So I would say that is probably where you're at there. Get it done, folks. That is the number one thing. Take action. If you got to start taking action. The little houses will keep the $99 guy very busy, leaving big tickets for easy taking. That is true. Customers can't be reliable people today, so they're looking for the best power wash and the best service. So let's be the number one, and they will pay. That's true. A lot of people won't show up, won't answer the phone, all of that good stuff. F9 for effervescence. Do I just spray on white calcium area and rinse off? I believe it's pretty much spray it on, let it sit. I think you got to do it twice, and then you rinse it off. Um, and it's not the F9 bark, it's the F9 FLO. We are on for Marketing Monday. Yes. So if you want to go check out Marketing Monday tomorrow night at 9 Eastern, I will be there. I will be on it. We're going to be keeping on CRMs because that is something that you all asked for. So we're going to go down the route of we already hit why we need a CRM, but I'll probably go into a little bit deeper of Marquette. And that way you can see how Marquette works. And then the next week I'll probably do Jobber or House Call Pro. I'll do the 14-day free trial, and that way you'll be able to see how all of those work. So that's what I will be doing tomorrow night. Okay, I will do some testing. Lots of stucco here. The injector I use is a 5-to-1. Yeah, honestly, you're probably, if you got stucco, you're going to have to. It's going to be hard to use color. Downstreaming, you're going to really need to do the. I hate to bust your bubble, but you're probably going to need to do the super injector or the super sucker from EnviroSpect. And you're not going to be able to do the dual barb because you need more for um, the dual. If you're going to use a dual barb, you're going to need 2 in bleach to be able to clean stucco with it. Otherwise, it's not going to clean the stucco. Does PSI or GPM make a bigger difference when cleaning concrete? Absolutely. PSI means nothing. It's all about GPM. GPM is what will make you clean faster. Golf calls. How does Marquette get leads for you? It doesn't get leads for you. Marquette is just a CRM. You have to get leads by doing all the things that I say. AdWords, yard signs, Facebook, door hangers, clip flyers, um, networking, all of that good stuff. Facebook groups. In Facebook group, I have a formula to help people figure out how to do a draw test. Officially done with TFC filling Marquette. Better late, never, Jason. It's going to be a $9,000 month, my biggest month ever. That is super duper awesome, Tyler. That is amazing. Awesome, 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 awesome. You should go back and listen to this one. It's a good one, or listen to it on the podcast. If you all haven't been on my podcast and want to listen to stuff, it will come out on my podcast eventually. You can go to kingofpressurewash.com/podcast and do that. Marquette will give you a lead list of an area for mailers. Yeah, you could do that, but that's about it. All right, guys. Well, it's been awesome to be on here. I can't wait. I got a lot of work to do this week. I got a lot of cool stuff. I got a new. I'm trying to get stuff off my plate. So I got a new. Editor. Well, he's not a new. Well, he might be a new editor. He's a VA. Hopefully, he works out. If not, I'm going to have to find somebody that can do it, because it is definitely something that I want to be able to spend more time helping people grow their business and not just doing this here. So, definitely want to help everybody. Just checking in. How's everybody doing? Shout out all the way from California. Pretty soon, hopefully, to be on your show to prove everyone, even in California, your methods work. They do. Jason, I've been listening to you at work on the podcast for the past week. Awesome. I'm glad to hear that, because I don't always know how many people are coming in from that. Thanks, and see you Monday night. Awesome. Awesome. So hope you all have a great night. Again, go check out kingofpressurewash.com/free. You get 30 days free, so you can come to Marketing Monday tomorrow. Monday marketing is a good way that you can start learning and growing your business. I hope you all have a great week, and I'll see you tomorrow night.